Ubisoft has yet again found another way to go out and outdo themselves.
This is S-tier eating, by the way. This is professional eating. You don't see something like this from a small company. This is something only Ubisoft could accomplish. This is professional level eating.
More why they have earned the extreme hatred of gamers around the world. Players of Avatar Frontiers.
Can you just play as the... Because, like, I always... Can you play as the guys that are in the mech that are just killing all the indigenous people? Is there, like, a way that you can play them? No? Pussies.
Pandora are now discovering an issue.
Surprise.
They're being locked out of their base game save files unless they shell out additional money for the Skybreaker DLC. So Ubisoft has effectively been holding progress back and keeping it hostage unless you pay them extra money to get the DLC.
It reminds me of, so there's this one game, and I forgot the name of the game, but it was this game where you play as like Hezbollah or Hamas, and this was before October 7th of like the Israel-Palestine thing, and I didn't really know anything about it, and I had like a friend of mine who was Arabic. He links me this game, and he says, you should try this fucking game out. And I watch it, and I'm like, because I don't know any of the context behind it or anything, and he's showing it, and they're just shooting and like killing Israeli soldiers, and I'm like, oh my God. And I could tell somehow that like, oh yeah, there's something that's really edgy about this game. Show it. I don't know what game it was. I don't remember the name of the game, but I was going to play it on Steam until I looked it up, and it's actually like apparently like a banned game. You're not allowed to play this game.
Mob, this is the modern age of extortion. If we thought Ubisoft couldn't sink any lower, think again. Because this is the most anti-consumer move I could ever think of. Shout out to...
That doesn't matter, because it's probably not the most anti-consumer move that Ubisoft can think of. I bet they can think of tons more things that are worse than this.
Mellon on Twitter, who tipped me off about the reports that began flooding in on Reddit shortly after the Skybreaker DLC launched.
They can do way better.
He said, I've been watching some of your vids lately and wanted to send you a huge tip about Ubisoft committing outright fraud against customers. They made it impossible to play the base Avatar game without buying the DLC. Paywall base behind DLC. Link below, and they attached the Reddit forum where there are a number of people extremely pissed off at Ubisoft. I know, big shocker, people upset at Ubisoft. But the sheer amount of people over the past 4 months piling up saying, what the hell is going on? I can't play my Avatar game.
Wait, so this has been going on for months and nobody even knew about it? Wait a second. So let me get this straight. This is funny. This is like, again, bro, there's like concentric circles of funniness to this. Because like, the fact that it's happening, the fact that Ubisoft hasn't fixed it, and then the fact that the game is so irrelevant that nobody even knew that it was happening. Like, it's like, you know, if a tree falls in a forest, did it ever make a sound? If a Ubisoft game does a stupid update and nobody plays it, did it ever really happen?
Unless I pay for DLC, you can't do this to people.
How many people play this game? What's it called again? Avatar. I guess I can figure it out real quick. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Okay. Yep, that makes sense. Okay.
Invested hours into the base game suddenly found their progress inaccessible, and they were greeted with an error message demanding the DLC be purchased and installed to continue. I gotta take a step back and say, wait, what? Are we gonna try to blame this on a bug, or it's just an error that Ubisoft made? We'll fix it, guys. Don't worry about it.
It's not a bug because it's a programmed error message. So, like, it's a programmed error message. Like, somebody had to type that code in to the computer somewhere in order for the computer to give that message. It's, yeah, guys, it's not a bug. It's a feature.
Coming from me, a former game tester, this is something you ensure before you put out there publicly that it will not wreck the base game. You make sure...
So I'm going to give Ubisoft the most absolute freest fucking out for this ever. That it's only happening to certain save files because of a check system that for whatever reason is being applied in a way that it shouldn't be applied in. That is the most charitable thing that I can give them. Like the player, like something is incorrectly recategorized based off of the code as a DLC area, and because it's incorrectly categorized in the code as a DLC area, whenever the player tries to load into it and the game sees that you're not in the DLC area, you don't own the DLC, you can't load into the game, right? Like that's my best, most charitable, most Ubisoft, please sponsor me for Assassin's Creed Shadows. That's the best I can do.
Not just the DLC functions properly, but it goes in line with the game itself without further issues being added on top of what's already existing. And it all sounds awfully familiar. If you guys remember that Star Wars Outlaws bug that required all the early access users to start all over again fresh, with their progress getting wiped and needing a new save file after an update corrupted the future progress of the old save files. Come on, Ubisoft. Can we just go one day without hearing how you boned gamers in a different way? We're collectively begging you. I think here's the thing. Gamers, sure, it's fun to laugh at Ubisoft and poke fun at them and talk about how awful the company is. But at the end of the day, I'd like to think gamers would like Ubisoft to just be better. That's why we're complaining about them, to not screw over the customers.
See, that's what happened. This is what's sad, is Blizzard is in this situation. They're one step farther into the grave than Ubisoft is. Because, like, do people even complain about Overwatch 2 anymore? No. Overwatch 2 does something stupid? Okay. The opposite of love isn't hatred, it's apathy.
Seems to be what they always end up doing, more than EA.
That's what I think.
Or any other game company out there these days. Now, people in the forums have shared information that Ubisoft has acknowledged the problem, and they're blaming it on a bug. Their vague statement has...
So 4 months ago, though. This from 4, I had the same thing.
Assured players that the issue is
4
quote-unquote
months.
Being investigated, but they offered no timeline for a fix. And in the meantime, frustrated customers who have purchased the game are continually left in limbo for, like I said, the better part of...
I think they deserve it. Play this stupid, shitty game. I think they deserve it. This might be the first Ubisoft W we've had in a while. You play this dog shit. Yeah, play stupid games. It's what you get.
4 months. The affected players have described Ubisoft's support system as worthless, with many of the tickets that they've sent in being closed, ignored, without any resolution. Think about that for a second. So you're talking to customer service. Hey, I have an issue. I bought your game. It's not working properly. XYZ. Here's the other thing. Here's what's going on. And Ubisoft says, oh yeah, we're aware of this bug. We're checking on it. And you're like, cool, okay. And then you just get a notification that your case has been closed.
We're halfway.
Your ticket has been closed out.
Oh, that's the favorite thing. That's my favorite thing. Is that when you're having a problem and then they tell you, we know you're having a problem, and then they close your ticket. They're like, yeah, my system doesn't work. Yeah, we know. Bye. Oh, God.
You didn't fix it. You can't do that. That's terrible customer service. Yeah. Another Reddit user stated, this absolutely reeks of fraud. And honestly, it's hard for me to argue otherwise when this bug conveniently directs players to spend more money just to play the game that they already purchased. The future of gaming is just wonderful, isn't it? But here's the thing, taking a step back, and even if
By the way, I want to remind you guys that games have always been like this, and there was actually the golden age of video games was like 2000 to like 2015. because before 2000, whenever you bought a game, my mom told me that whenever we would go to Circuit City and she would let me pick games, remember like those hexagonal like big like metal like frame areas where there were just like packs and packs of games in them? Do you guys remember that? Yeah, she would tell me that it was like gambling. She's like, yeah, get 4 of them, maybe one will work. Literal fucking dog shit. Like, and these were the games. It would be like this like crappy blister pack, and it's like got it printed out, and it's like Commanders of the Universe, and it's got a fucking CD-ROM behind it, and it's like, yeah, in this one you play as John Universe, and you have to save the president because there's aliens and they're bad, and you load up the game and it just crashes your PC. So there were a lot of really bad things like this really back in the day. And I mean, he remembers that, right? This guy's probably older too. And yeah, he remembers this was very, very bad. Duke Nukem. Yeah, exactly.
Going to believe
the
Ubisoft
bargain
that
bin.
it is a bug that just somehow slipped through the cracks.
But it shouldn't be happening anymore.
I have serious doubts about that, because do you even have
true.
a QA team if this kind of bug slips through? But okay, terrible QA aside, maybe it's just one of those things that got out there, an error on your company's side. Okay, you accept blame for it. What are you doing for reparations for gamers that are affected by this?
Yeah, where's your reparations?
Nothing except, oh, we're looking into it for the better part of 4 months. We're gonna figure this out for you guys. Just hang tight. And maybe you won't have to buy the DLC, but in the meantime, if you want to buy
That's what they should have done. They should have recommended that people like, yeah, we're working on a fix for this, but in the meantime, if you want to solve this problem right now, you could buy the DLC. If Ubisoft did that, like, I would kind of respect it because of how shameless it is.
DLC. Hey, it's on sale right now, so you can buy that.
Yeah,
you can play the game more if you
How
want.
about that?
Don't you think if someone complained to Ubisoft about this, that instead of the support saying, hey, we'll look into this, we'll see what we can fix for you, and we'll get back to you eventually someday maybe, they instead respond with, here's a code for the DLC on us, free of charge, sorry for the issue. Why couldn't they do that? Oh, wait, because
I know why.
Trying to make as much money as possible, and this is the slimiest business technique I think I've ever seen. Let's not pretend this is an isolated incident either. Ubisoft,
which, by the way, like that is like, he's actually right. That's a really good idea. That's what they should do, because this game doesn't have a big player base at all, and I guarantee you more people are going to find out that this happened than people that were going to buy the DLC anyway. So when this massive marketing fuck up happens, like Sony kind of did a good thing with Concord. They said, guys, we know. You're getting all your money back. This never happened, okay? Yep, it never happened. You're going to get everything back. It's gone. It's finished. That's what they should have done.
In hot water for years,
because the PR for it would be way better than making, like, what are they going to make, $20,000 off of this? Like, I mean, I can't imagine. I guess it has a player base of 100 people. How many people do you think are really going to buy the DLC?
Patterns of poor decision-making and anti-consumer practices, from overstuffing their games with grindy microtransactions to ignoring important player feedback. The company of Ubisoft itself seems perpetually out of touch with their consumers. And this latest situation is just another chapter in Ubisoft's long-ass history of disappointing their fans. A simple fix. Send them the code for the DLC if they complain. Give it to them for free. Is it really worth trying to squeeze $15 out of someone instead of just resolving it?
It clearly is.
The code, sorry for the issue. I feel like that would have made everybody
52
happy,
gigabytes so
and
far.
This wouldn't even be a problem that I'd have to report on.
We're over halfway done.
Would still, but at least I could say, hey, Ubisoft is trying their best. I can't even do that. Backlash regarding this situation has been extremely harsh, with many people
I don't even think it has been. This happened 4 months ago, and I just found out about it now. I actually think that if nobody made a YouTube video about this, it would have never been changed. Like, they probably would have never changed this. That's it. Yeah, nobody's playing. Exactly.
online demanding refunds while also vowing they'll never buy another Ubisoft game again. One particularly fed up user said, "Even if they release a game I want to play, I will pirate it just because of this." Others are saying that they're looking to indie developers for games that won't exploit their wallets under the guise of live service models, because it's an absolute shit show in the forum right now. Everyone is understandably very upset at Ubisoft without any kind of resolution for 4 months. Ubisoft has made it abundantly clear to their customers that they want to prioritize profits over you, the paying customer.
I don't even think it's them prioritizing profits. I think they just literally do not care. It's just simply not a priority. They don't give a fuck.
This situation isn't just a bug. It's emblematic of the company that stopped caring about the core audience that they garnered in the first place. Whether intentional or not, it doesn't even matter. Locking save files behind DLC paywalls is straight up betrayals of consumer trust. And yet another reason why Ubisoft's reputation is in the garbage right now. Gamers deserve far better.
It's not betrayal of their trust. It's betrayal of the contract that the game gave them. You can't have somebody buy a game and then arbitrarily take access away from it unless you give them more money. That's like extortion. Yeah, this isn't a betrayal of trust. This is like against the law. I'm like 99% sure.
Being treated like a walking wallet. And until Ubisoft learns to respect the player base, it's safe to say they're going to continue to bleed goodwill and customers.
Yeah, they sure will.
Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. If you guys want more information, check out smashjt.com for the full article. Again, thank you so much to the tipster that shouted out this on Twitter for me. I can't believe this has been going on for over 4 months now.
4 months.
And no one seems to be talking about it. Like, this
nobody
is crazy.
even knew.
Of course, Ubisoft is the one at the center of the issue.
It's like finding out about like some like random, this reminds me, it's like some like random like village that's like in some remote place in the world had this terrible thing happen. They've been oppressed. But, like, nobody had any idea about this until somebody is like, hey, yeah, by the way, who's this Joseph Kony guy? Who is he? Yeah, he guy seems like a real asshole.
Anyone be surprised. If you guys appreciate what I'm doing, hit that join button. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, you stay smashing.
Oh, man. That's so fucking funny. This is so funny. I'll link the video. I've got to find out whether this is true or not, though, because, like, I don't want to go and put out misinformation. I don't. So we have, listen, there are less than 20, actually about 20 gigabytes left on the download. I'm going to check on their Reddit and see if they said anything about it, okay? Frontiers of Pandora. Okay, so this should be the Reddit, right? I feel like nobody else is really even talking about this. Yeah, they don't even know that this happened. The mods, what happened? Oh, it's a dead game. They're probably blocking it. Oh, you think so? That's a good question. Yeah, where's the Reddit title? And I'm going to search that I'm going to search that thread. Okay. Here it is. No. Fuck. I'm trying to find it. Where did the Reddit thread go? God damn it. Can't play base game without buying Skybreaker DLC. Okay. Okay, here it is. Same thing happened to me. I'm having the same problem. Wait, everybody's having this problem. It's still locked for me. Now you started a fresh playthrough. It's the same thing. I saw the own error is reported. I'm also having this issue. Please update us when they reply. They said I accepted an invitation to play Skybreaker Mission, which locked me out of the main game, and now I have to buy the DLC to play the game. Wait a minute. Wait, he didn't read the thread. This is even worse. So basically, the reason why this happened is the guy accidentally joined a quest. Oh my god. They trapped him, bro. This sounds like completely legal business practice. Even if there was an invitation, it did not say I will need the DLC to continue playing the base game. My girlfriend has the same problem and she didn't even finish the game. She maybe had 50% of it completed. Oh my god. So this seems to be like what actually happened. I am expecting to be able to log in and be able to play the game. I think that it will let me play the game and then, oh. Hold up, did you buy the base game? I only bought the base game. I did not buy the expansion. We're going to try it out. We're going to see what happens. Okay, never mind. All right, we're uninstalling it. Nope, done. If I have to do this, yeah, sorry. Nope. Fucking annoying. Refund? Yeah, I'll get a refund for it later on. I don't want to log into your shitty fucking account. It's really not like here, I am gonna refund it. I'm absolutely going to refund the game. I wish Steam would make it a rule that you don't have to make a second account in order to play a game on their service. It is so fucking annoying. It's the most obnoxious, annoying, consumer unfriendly practice that you could possibly, like, I bought a video game. Why do I need to make an account? Just let me play the fucking game. Thank you. Yes, they want all that data. That's it. That's all they want. They're just selling your fucking data. Fuck Ubisoft. Fuck this, man.